it's a gorgeous game for an ARPG. And I think the genre needs a revamp. It needs some action.
If I say "and again" to make fun of saying "and again," does that count as an "and again," or only when I accidentally say the "and again"?
Yeah, I mean, I guess. Yeah, you
Was
can
that like
make
4
fun
of
of yourself, I
them?
guess,
Okay.
but repeating the same thing that you said. But
Lost Ark dropped in the Western world. I caveat that because it's not a brand new game. It has been out. It's not a new title, if you will. But it is buzzing. You played this. Let's talk about this a little bit. Lost Ark. And in chat, let us know if you're playing it.
yeah, so obviously this is a game that was already pretty successful in Asia and in Russia as an action RPG, right? So think Diablo or Path of Exile, for example. The timing's very good for Lost Ark because I think it's really filling the niche that Diablo 4 was intended to fill. And basically, it's not developed by Amazon Game Studios, but it is ported by them. So they are the publisher here in the West for this game. There are a lot of people I know that have played it already. I mean, I saw like Yamato Cannon was tweeting he played like 500 hours of it on Russia. Over the last couple of years, there's been a real, maybe this has always been the case, but I've been more aware of it, a real push, in the ARPG genre as a result of Path of Exile, right? A live service ARPG that has leaderboards and seasons, much like Diablo 3 did. And that there are a lot of people that really love the genre. They love to theory craft it. They love to min-max it as much as possible. We're not just talking speed runs. We're talking like hardcore runs where if you die, you are dead, right? And build paths and mechanics and sort of all this sort of stuff was like there was a real community burgeoning around taking the ARP genre as far as they possibly could. Lost Ark, I think, invites an expansion upon that concept because it does have an MMO aspect to it as well. You are running around, you are doing quests, right? There is PvP, for example, which I think many consider to be pretty robust. All I did was I booted the game up and started playing, and I was like, I don't play much ARPGs. I really, the last one I played was Diablo 2, mate. I didn't even play Path of Exile. I didn't play Diablo 3. I jumped in, I played a bunch, and I was like, oh, this is actually pretty cool. I love the sort of class fantasy about paladins, for example, just their concept, and the paladin in this game is really interesting. I quite enjoy it. Motherfucker holds a book, has a big sword, can't complain. So I think the class fantasies are really, people are quite interested in those. And again, a pretty robust Twitch marketing campaign, which is something that Amazon Game Studios have shown they're pretty good at doing. If you want to look at New World, that was huge. And guys like Asmongold turn their stream on, get 150,000 viewers before it even goes, live, and he's just fucking laughing. Extra Life in the same way, because obviously the people guaranteed drops for tuning in. So there's a huge degree of symbiosis here. But the game is good. The art style is good. It's gritty. It's edgy. Big fucking spiky armor, all that sort of stuff. The combat though is fun. Like it generally it's fun. ARPGs normally have less ability buttons than something like World of Warcraft, right? But it definitely tickles that MMO itch, but gives you more of this sort of rollicking, fast-paced, wave-based, large-scale, you versus the horde combat, which people are fans of ARPGs like. So it gets a thumbs up from me. But I'd agree with Imagine in the chat is that it doesn't necessarily revolutionize the genre, to my knowledge. And again, I'm a bit of a casual when it comes to ARPGs.
Gotcha. And obviously, as you guys saw those numbers, it did blow up. It did really well. And again, what a lot. If I say "and again" to make fun of saying "and again," does that count as an "and again," or only when I accidentally say the "and again"?
Yeah, I mean, I guess. Yeah, you can make fun of yourself, I guess, but repeating the same thing that you said. But yeah, it doesn't make you forget the fact you said it in the first place, kind of thing. So it's like correction.
What I was gonna say was, what they did is they let anybody get the drops. All you had to do was connect your stuff. It wasn't like, hey, these 50 streamers that we think are cool can be involved in launch day fun stuff. A lot of devs do it that way, and only the rich get richer, if you will. Whereas this game is not like that, which obviously leads to probably the viewership numbers being even higher. Very, very cool in that sense. And then my question, Mitch, these numbers, you mentioned New Order, similar launch, similar numbers. New World, not New World. I love New Order, though. Good band. New World. What are we looking at in Lost Ark in 3 months, chat and Mitch? Is it going to dump and be dead, or does this game have something that New World, obviously, once the shine wore off, didn't have to keep people playing it.
Well, New World had nothing at endgame,
Okay.
and it had a crippling economy problem where it had a crippling deflationary economy problem where you basically couldn't make enough gold from endgame content. This is partly because sort of Outpost Rush was disabled, that the markets froze because no one wanted to spend gold because it was so hard to come by. So crafting gear was pointless because you couldn't fucking sell it because no one would part with the money. No one would part with the gold for it.
Mm.
Yes, they made a big, and there are obviously a ton of bugs, like duplication bugs and just a lot of issues because of that. But the end game was pretty fucking shit. I don't know if it is now, but it's too late, unfortunately. It goes to show that now in this world of Twitch streamer marketing, your game can fucking blow up in the first week, but that doesn't really mean a whole lot. I think really, if you're Amazon Game Studio, you definitely hope to sell founders packs here because that's what allows you to play the game now as opposed to on the 11th, right? You would have been able to play all yesterday as well. So you get in early by buying a founders pack, right? Otherwise, I think the game is free to play or much cheaper than that. Pretty standard stuff here. I mean, I pre-purchased New World in order to play it early, and I burnt out playing the fucking beta of the damn thing. So, pretty standard technique here for selling. But this is very Amazon Game Studios. They understand Twitch marketing. Obviously, they own Twitch, so it all makes a ton of sense. It's very, streamlined sort of pathway. But my questions about the end game, I'm not there yet. I haven't got to the end of the game, but it's fucking nice. It's like it's a fucking gorgeous game for an ARPG. And I think the genre needs a revamp. It needs some action. Diablo 4 is still being polished, to my understanding. That's public knowledge, by the way. So, I don't know how long we're waiting on that, especially with the whole Kotick drama. That slowed things up in that regard a lot. I know that I have friends on the Diablo 4 dev team, and I know morale there was fucking shot. Absolutely shot. So, Lost Ark right now is reveling in the glory that Diablo 4 could have had.
Yeah.
The question is, again, what's the end game like? If they are like Path of Exile, that really hardcore ARPG people that love the grind, that understood the game really well, that love to min-max, that love to think about the gems, the sockets, the affixes, all that, the survival runs. They'll love that game. But that is a very small percentage of overall place, right? Right now, what you're trying to do with this marketing is appeal to the casual person like me, and it worked. I fucking bought the Founders Pack to play the game. Will I keep playing in the end game? Unlikely. I've got too many other things to do, right?
Well, I saw a tweet with Co involved and a bunch of people, and I think Co was asking like, "What's the end game like in this game?" And someone linked him to a video of like the final or one of the final boss battles that you get into. I have never watched anything so complicated in my entire goddamn life. The shit that these 8 people had to do for the raid, yeah, and it just kept going, and like all the raid conditions of getting wiped. No, but people were even saying like this was insane compared to that, even like how perfect you had to do. Again, it blew me away, and I'd seen a little of the World of Warcraft raiding, but this was insane. Even the people on the thread were like, "Holy fuck me!" Anyway, really, really intense to beat that particular character.
Good, I think. By the way.
What was that?
That's good. I think that's a good thing.
Yeah. That's what they were saying. Like, this is what you have to look forward to. This is insane to get to this point. Because again, people have been playing this for quite a while in Korea, and Chober was chiming in because he plays it over there and has been playing it for a while. All right.